Welcome everybody to the final whistle. We are here again. We're so glad to have you here. I'm Matt Cadell, Chris James right here. The Dan James, our recruiting leading expert guru, and the one and only, you know him, Justin Riley with the Bama Standard. How y'all doing today, man?
Man, we're great, right?
I'm over here shouting. I just got out of church service. I was praising God all day when I heard the news about Bill O'Brien going to New England. So thank you.
You weren't running the aisles, were you?
I was running down the aisles shouting. They had to put a cloth on me. I caught the Holy
Spirit. Matt got saved 3 times today.
Put the oil.
Yeah, they put the anointing oil on me. All of it is. I'm so grateful today.
Man, I'm just getting back into town. I've been in Tuscaloosa all day, helping Bill O'Brien move. I ran the U-Haul, man. I got it on a video footage of it. Yeah,
and we'll upload it for sure.
Way to get it. Yeah, we're gonna upload it, man.
But Chris, was it a lot of boxes? Was it a lot of boxes you had to move?
Yeah, man, it was a lot, man. You know, it was some old playbooks.
I know he was using probably a ton of bubble wrap because he loved to run that bubble screen.
Man,
no.
Hey, it was an old projector screen. With, it was a real old football. So it kind of goes hand in hand now, like those.
And you packed up that Tecmo Bowl playbook.
Yeah, that Tecmo football.
Yeah.
That Mad 93 playbook.
But listen, before we get right into it, which we've already kind of started, let's press pause. Guys, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. If you're in the chat, let us know what you're thinking. If you're watching the replay, get in the comment section. Let us know what you think about everything we're talking about tonight. We got a lot of stuff to unpack. As always, we're brought to you by Workspace Solutions and Oatmont Financial Partners. Guys, let's do this. Dan, glad we could get you in, brother. You were on hiatus. Big boy in us. Were you with ESPN or another network last night since you've climbed the ladder of podcasting now?
Yeah, I actually have a new Twitter handle, so the final whistle Dan since we're becoming legit. So I need to see who's gonna be my first follow.
Nice. Congratulations.
Final whistle Dan.
I mean less than an hour ago.
Well, first of all, Chris, what is that in the screen? It looks like you have the Death Star floating around in your screen there. You want to talk to us about it?
You know, man, this some space age pimping stuff, man. You know, when I want to drop some tracks, I had a Bill O'Brien, a Pete Golden diss track, but I guess I can scrap it now.
And yes, chat, that is available in our gift shop. Hit us up after the show for your copy. Available on iTunes.
I actually have one for Dan. Merry Christmas. Don't ask me for nothing in 23.
All right.
Nothing for 23. That's your Christmas gift early.
Well, let's go ahead and jump right in, guys. Early this morning, we got a gift before we even have breakfast. And ESPN, everybody was reporting that Bill O'Brien has exited Tuscaloosa and is headed back up north where, quite frankly, he belongs. Guys, immediate reaction. I know Bama fans, as on the most part, are going to agree that this is the best thing to happen since, well, Pete Golding leaving, right? But so we've kind of had 2 late Christmas gifts, a week apart, and it's things are starting to fall into place. And hey, just to let you know in the chat, people who are watching live right now, the defensive coordinator position has been solved. Tune in next week for the answer.
Oh, yes.
But let's go around the room. Knee-jerk reaction. Matt, you're one of the leading experts in the Bill O'Brien leaving party, besides Chris, of course, and the U-Haul provision he made this morning. But start us off, Matt.
You play this song. Celebrate good times. I'm glad to have Bill O'Brien gone. I'm just so happy. No more the bubble screen.
This man playing celebrate good time.
No more the bad play calling. No more neglecting the run. It's a joyous occasion. That's all I got to say.
I got you. Chris, this turn over to you, man.
Let me go after Dan.
Go after Dan. Okay. He's got
last.
something he's building up to. He wants some suspense. Dan, since you weren't here with us last week, first of all, welcome back. Glad you can make it on your dime. Yeah. But anyway, your thoughts on Bill O'Brien, the innovator of offense. Can't you say the straight face?
I am definitely glad he's gone, but I'm gonna tell you, man, we as Bama fans, we're spoiled. We're a few drop passes and a few injuries away from loving Bill O'Brien. But the issue I have with Bill O'Brien is the way I judge offensive coordinators is what you do on first and second down. And us getting behind the chains repeatedly, that got old. We started letting teams dictate to us what we were going to do on the field. He allowed, subpar teams to dictate to us what we were going to do on the field. That's the issue I had with Bill O'Brien. It was definitely time to go in another direction. I wish him well.
Mac Jones, the sacrificial lamb.
Yes, he was, unfortunately.
But hey, it's still better than Matt Patricia, a defensive guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what Belichick was thinking. Like,
yeah, I don't get that at all. But, what I'm looking at is the fact this is a guy who had the inability to adapt to his personnel. He could not use what he had around him to design an offense. It's like he had a one-track offense. It was only going to be ran one way, and that's it. And we saw that definitely with Jalen Milroe, was not able to shape the game into a situation that would benefit him the most and allow him to gradually work himself into the offense where he could be successful. He was put in disastrous situation after disastrous situation, and unfortunately for him, it got a lot of negative feedback from Bama fans, and I think that he was catching way too much flack because of having an inept offensive coordinator. Again, I say over and over again, if you put him with a Lane Kiffin or Steve Sarkisian, they're going to simplify the playbook. They're going to shrink it down and find out what he does the best, and then when he masters that, gradually add in more concepts and more schemes when he's comfortable. He didn't do that with Jalen Milroe at all. It's like, okay, this is Bryce's offense. Best of luck. And if you screw up, well, the fans will hate you. That's kind of what I took away from Bill O'Brien's developmental process.
I agree. To your point, you and Dan, I think, first and second down, how many times were we, he actually run the ball on first down and we get like 8 yards, 2nd and 2, and he calls a pass. And I'm like, what? I'm like, Bill O'Brien, what are you doing?
And we wouldn't see a run play again until third quarter.
He would not run the ball. So, I'm just glad to not have the frustrations. But to your point, Justin, the development, a good offensive coordinator would play to their players' personnel. Not only Milroe, I feel like he didn't play to, Millen's personnel or Bryce's. It's a lot of guys that I feel like, I think he was just caught up in running his own offense regardless of how he wanted to run. So.
And hey, how about his famous 4th and inches play in shotgun? Can anybody please explain to me how that's supposed to work and how that is? I'm sorry. That just still baffles me. I'm sorry. It's 4th and inches, and you're in shotgun. You're setting up for disaster.
Listen, hopefully
my take. Go ahead, Matt.
No, Chris. I'm waiting to hear what Chris got to say. Let's go to Chris.
Y'all remember that song called "I Like" by Guy? I've been jamming that all day. You remember that, Matt? You know about that, Dan?
What do you know about it? That's before your time.
Yeah, I learned that from you.
We're about to get hit with a lot of copyrights tonight.
I see a lot of people, like fans of other teams. They say, why do y'all hate Bill O'Brien so much? you guys average 40 points a game. You had a Heisman winner, yada yada yada. I said, this is pretty much it. We averaged 40 points a game and had a Heisman winner in spite of.
Right.
Because if Sark would have had Bryce Young would have had every college football award record, single season record. It like the whole year he had Mac. If he would have had Bryce Young for 2 years, Bryce would have probably gone down as the greatest college football quarterback in history of the game. Without a doubt. Or even if Lane had him. You saw what Lane did with Jalen his freshman year, SEC Rookie of the Year. And Jalen didn't have the passing acumen of Tua or Mac or Bryce, but he made it work. Yep. He played with his strength.
Offensive player of the year as a freshman,
Right. Yep. A good coordinator plays to his quarterback's strength. And we didn't see, and that's what scared me if Bill O'Brien would have been retained, would have come back for another year, because we were going to be like, oh Lord, he's going to have Miro in a jacked up situations, or Ty Simpson. But pretty much like how I feel about it, I feel like now this is the time you bring in a coordinator, like either you go for the home run, go get Joe Brady and just turn it loose to Ty Simpson, or you go get a Dan Mullen that can tailor his offense around Milroe, or you can get somebody that can actually
Brian Johnson,
because he was that type of quarterback, or you can get somebody that can play the both quarterbacks' strength. Like I feel like we could actually play both quarterbacks next year.
We're gonna need both quarterbacks.
You can have a Simpson package, you can have a Milroe package.
Right.
We're gonna need both.
Kind of like we did. What was that? When was the last time we had a two quarterback, like a Tyler Watts, Andrew Zhao?
Right.
We ran it a lot with Tyler, but when Tyler went down, Franchione ended up winning the last 4 games of the. Franchione ended up winning the last 4 games of the year with Andrew Zhao. He played the Zhao strength, and when Tyler went down, so I feel like we're gonna need both at some point. At some point, and I also think one of those freshmen, probably Holstein, will since he's going through spring. I feel like we'll have 3 guys that you really can kind of work with and have their own package formed around to what they're.
And that's what I agree with you, Chris. I think that's what Coach Saban's going to get back. I think he's going to get back to somebody who understands how he likes the game to be called, to be aggressive, run the ball, control the clock, put points up, spread the ball, get it to your playmakers. It's not that hard. Keep the defense on the sideline. I just feel like Bill O'Brien, on top of Pete Golden's play calling and defense, it just never complimented each other. So, it's a good day to be an Alabama fan. I'll ask the question to you, Justin, to the guys. What are y'all hearing? Or you want to wait before you get in that? Or
Well, before we jump on that, I want to go back to a point you made where fans are from opposite teams. They're saying, okay, what is your problem? You guys are averaging 40 plus a game. Bryce Young won the Heisman, so on and so forth. These things didn't happen because of Bill O'Brien. I think the point was made. It happened in spite of Bill O'Brien. The success the offense had last year with elite wide receivers, Jameson Williams and John Mechie, and then the best quarterback in the country calling shots. That's why we were able to get to the national title. That's why we had an offense that was putting up numbers. That's why we had a Heisman Trophy winner. It's because of what they did. They were able to overcome the inept play calling of Bill O'Brien. Well, exit Jameson Williams, exit John Mechie. You see what happened this season when we didn't have those elite wide receivers. We didn't really have any wide receivers kind of enter into the fray until the second half of the season. Glad they came to join us, but you saw that the team was heavily dependent upon backyard football from Bryce Young. And thank God that the Lord blessed him with athleticism along with magical powers from Hogwarts. Because
look at the look at the
that's
Auburn
how the
game last
offense
year.
Was successful.
Yeah, look at the Auburn game. Look at the A&M game last year. Matt, I talked to Matt during the game because Dan has a thing that he doesn't talk to you during the game. It's gonna be the
I talked to Chris.
or after. He doesn't talk to you during the game. Dan does. But I talk to Matt between every possession. The unofficial GMs
you
talk
guys,
between every possession.
Hey,
and
real
that A&M game.
Chris, I gotta say something first of all. Didn't mean to interrupt, but I don't talk to people during the game either. So you guys are in my circle of trust. So the fact that I speak to you, that speaks volumes of our relationship.
I think it.
Hey, it was a point I wanted to make before we
about how bad Brian Texas.
I lost my train. It was something. It was one more point.
The other thing that bugged me was the misuse of our running backs.
Yes.
The stable of backs we had.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Jace McClellan. My Lord, imagine what he could have done if you would have used him instead of waiting until the Ole Miss game to start turning the keys over to him to run the offense.
You saw what he could do the Texas game. He broke that long run when we needed it against Texas, that long touchdown.
And we didn't run the ball again until when?
You know what though? And another thing was it wasn't kind of fair to Pete also the defense, because you think about it, man, we throwing the ball 3 straight times, getting 3 and out. Defense right back.
Yes.
So they were tired a lot of times because we couldn't convert. So if you go out there and 3 incomplete passes, your defense right back out there after a punt. Now they're tired. They're gassed.
Right.
Yeah. We never ate up the clock.
Yeah, clock management
is very important, for a quarterback, a defense. Stetson Bennett was a Heisman Trophy finalist, because he had a dominant run game. It's very beneficial to a quarterback and a team, to have a dominant run game or have a commitment to the run.
Well, Stetson Bennett was the beneficiary of Georgia being #1 in the country. Let's just call it what it is.
Georgia's O-line, man, was.
However,
I was jealous of it. That boys were maulers, man.
No, I don't know. Our offensive line, Chris, you got to admit that our offensive line got progressively better each week.
Yes.
When Seth McLaughlin came in, everything turned.
But
Tyler Booker comes in, everything turns.
I told the guys, man, that Dalcourt, he wasn't the type of old lineman that he's more of a like a Maryland, somewhere like that, like the style that they run. Because we need centers that can blow guys off the ball. That wasn't Dalcourt. Dalcourt was kind of like a technician, almost like an Antoine Caldwell. He was a technician.
Yeah,
but Caldwell had power too, though.
Yeah, he could blow people off the ball, man.
He blow people off the ball too, but you didn't see that with Dalcourt. And Seth, he has that dog in him.
Yeah,
he's gonna try to dig you out of there. And we haven't had that, since Dickerson. But Landon Dickerson spoiled all of us, though. We were spoiled by Dickerson, man.
Landon Dickerson brought the toughness back.
Yes, he brought the toughness back.
Yeah, he and look what he's doing right now in the NFL. But
made Pro Bowl.
They're gonna win the Super Bowl. I like them for the Super Bowls.
So
I had them beating the 49ers.
Let's circle back to Matt. Who are we hearing? Listen, we got some candidates out there. You mentioned Joe Brady. Definitely would be huge in terms of development, innovativeness, but also Jeff Lebby is another guy who kind of falls in that same wheelhouse, right? I mean, the Lane Kiffin offensive tree, a guy who's great at developing quarterbacks. I mean, look at what he did for Matt Corral. So, guys, if you had to make a decision today, who's your guy?
I got 2 guys. I got 3 guys. Let me write them down. They all start with a J. So
I also like Washington's OC. He turned Penix around. Penix was good at Indiana, but he made him really efficient at Washington.
He became a stud at Washington, Penix.
Here are my handwriting. So I got Joe Brady. NFL. If we go to NFL route, here's the thing with Joe Brady. I think he's got that itch. I know we talked about this on our text thread Sunday, watching the Bengals put on the clinic versus the Bills.
We saw that coming.
I'm sure Joe Brady was up there like, dang, that's what I did this year. So hopefully that maybe gave him the itch to maybe want to come back to college, and maybe he could look at the weapons that Alabama have and be like, I can kind of replicate this. And But my second choice, Jeff Lebby, and I'm high on Tulane's offensive coordinator. I think, another thing that I would say Bill O'Brien lacked was lack of creativity. Like, he never evolved or
no screens.
He never changed formations. He didn't run pistol or like any type of creativity, jet sweeps, none of that.
Right.
So I think you got to have an offensive line like that to keep defenses on their toes, especially in the SEC. So, those are my top three. What are your thoughts, Dan James? I'm gonna go to brother Dan.
Like you say, two of those. I say Joe Brady, a name I hear, but I don't know how he likes the college game. But at Alabama, we don't require a lot of recruiting from our coordinator.
Yeah,
our offense coordinator.
That's how Bill was able to survive.
Yeah. Jeff Lee, I'm still hearing, things about, no matter will he leave his alma mater, and hey, don't close the door on Cliff King there, You probably took him a vacation, so he get ready for this same workload.
I got a question after I get Justin's and Chris's names.
Okay. Right on the spot. Listen, I got to go immediately with Jeff Levy. I like his style. I like the fact that he's innovative. He's a young guy. He's cutting edge. And I've said it over and over again. No, the CD isn't skipping. I dated myself. I said CD. But the fact that he's able to develop quarterbacks. I mean, I look at the job again at Ole Miss that he's done with Matt Corral. Tremendous job. And I could only look at what he could possibly do with Jalen Milroe and Ty Simpson as well, especially with the tools they have. And we'd actually utilize the speed we had at wide receiver. We actually might see that. What was it you called, Matt? A jet sweep. Oh, yeah, I hadn't seen one in so long. I had to kind of, dig a little bit before I could come up with the name of it. Isaiah Bond. I mean, we just have too many guys that were underutilized. Joe Brady. Same line. Dark horse. How about Brian Johnson?
Yeah.
Who's that? The quarterback's coach for the Eagles?
The Eagles. Yeah. Tremendous job he's done.
The one in Utah that ate us up in Utah in that bowl game, that quarterback from Utah.
Yeah.
Yes. This is a way for him to atone for his sins. But anywhere he's gone, he's done a tremendous job at developing quarterbacks. So I like what he's able to do. Another guy I might throw in there, a 3B. How about Charlie Weiss Jr. over there at Ole Miss?
No.
Okay, Chris, go ahead. And since you're going to just turn your nose up at that, who do you have that's mind-blowing that just blows my guys out of the water?
All right, 3 just to piss people off. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and get Brian Kelly from LSU. Just leave LSU. Brian Kelly. Come on, Brian. Just piss off LSU fans. Go to Georgia. Get Todd Monken. You know what I'm saying? Just to piss Georgia fans. No, but on the real, I like Brady. I like the Brady idea. I like the thought of Ty Simpson being that Joe Burrow type. And with that receiver, and with Malik Benson coming in, being that Jamar
Brooks,
and Bond, those weapons. It's sick. Offenses just be sick. All right. I like Phil Longo.
Yeah, Phil Longo. Tell me about him.
The guy from North Carolina.
Yeah, he was at Ole Miss with Freeze for a while.
Yeah, he you saw what he did with
he brought strippers in.
Drake.
Oh, sorry.
Drake May. You saw what he did with Drake May. North Carolina's offense. If North Carolina had any type of defense to go with that offense, they wouldn't have playing for ACC championships. Like they actually were pretty. We just need somebody that's serviceable, man. All right, and then of course Jeff Levy. I saw that bowl game. How he gave Florida State problems early in the game, and Dan and I we were watching that game. And what's the quarterback transfer from UCF? He was giving the Florida State fits that first half. Dylan Gabriel. He was giving them fits, man.
He's talented, man.
Oklahoma's offense is pretty dang on nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think was offense is a lot of them were hurt this year, right? Other than having Eric Gray and not the other running back's name that eludes me right now, they were pretty potent. It's just unfortunately dealt with injuries and a lot of inexperience in other places.
C-Strunk. What is C-Strunk name? What's his name?
C-Strunk.
Yeah, he was the freshman from Colorado or somewhere. He's nice.
And they still cannot put together a defense.
Gavin Salchuk.
Yeah, Salchuk.
So that leads me to my question, who I want to go ahead and answer. Who do you don't want to be the OC? And I got somebody. I got somebody. I see him on the hot board list, and I'm like, they
don't. If they don't go up there and the race dog on
Greg Roman, please take him.
Oh dear, man. Get on your boy. He's at Bama now. His dad. His dad used to be a coach. Was your boy? He's on the staff now. Used to coach at Tennessee.
Dooley.
Oh my God, Derek Dooley.
Please no,
man.
He actually is a better assistant than he is a head coach. So you really can't hold what happened in Tennessee against him. He was an inexperienced guy.
I'd rather have Mike Bobo.
Oh Lord, he was an inexperienced guy at Tennessee that he inherited a dumpster fire, and Philip Fulmer was still lingering about, so that doesn't set up a recipe for success. So I can't really hold that against him as a play caller. I thought he was pretty efficient.
What if we bring somebody out of retirement? Think about this.
Mike Shula.
No,
Dave Rader.
No, check this out.
Dennis Franchione.
What if we go get Mark Rick out of retirement so you don't have to recruit? You just call plays.
Mark Rick, he got health problems.
Yeah, he's
Parkinson's or something like that.
Parkinson's, yeah.
Man,
that's why he got out of the game.
I was hoping that he was.
But my do not
hire. The
person
I want out of retirement is Sean Payton.
Man, we have to pay that joke $8 million. We have to pay him a saving salary.
Name him
AD and waiting, not head coach, but AD and waiting.
Who do you not want, Justin?
Dan Mullen.
Man, I like Mullen.
Yeah,
I don't. I think that he is toxic. Anywhere he's gone, he's brought toxicity.
Of course,
I'm sorry, he can't claim Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow was that dude coming in, and he made himself look good. It wasn't because of any brilliant ideas that Dan Mullen came up with. Everybody likes to throw this moniker around that he's a quarterback guru. Dak Prescott in college was Dak because of Dak, not Dan Mullen.
Not be bragging about Dak.
I know that's kind of a.
When you get tired of seeing this around the complex, Dan Mullen walking around.
Source.
Hi, Matt.
but hey, to shut people up, one name comes to mind: Emory Jones.
Who?
Emory Jones
from Florida
quarterback. Quarterback that said Arizona State that transferred again.
Dan Mullen did. I think he's. I don't know where. In all
fairness, I don't think me or Matt or Dan could have done anything with Emory Jones. Emory Jones should have been a receiver, man.
But still,
he had no business playing quarterback in the SEC, man.
And he turned down Matt Corral.
He couldn't cut it at Arizona State.
Yeah, I didn't get that one. He turned down Matt Corral.
With all due respect about Matt Corral, it was more about questionable character issues. But he turned out to be a good guy. But he wasn't sure if he was going to be a counselor. It had nothing to do with talent. It was more so of a character. But Lane Kiffin don't care.
And he lost his locker room too.
Lane Kiffin don't care, man. Like you had a worse character in America, he'll take you.
Because you're trying to win. So we got a vote for Greg Roman, Dan Mullen. What about you, Dan? What about you? Chris, you said Derek Dooley. What about you, Dan? Who do you want, Dan?
I told you, I don't want Bill O'Brien. Anybody?
Bill O'Brien.
I see a comment on here. Hold on. It was somewhere I'm looking for. It said something about everybody stop the Joe Brady talk from RMF Tide. Everybody stop the Joe Brady talk. He's not coming back to college, and he doesn't like to recruit.
I'm not how
I can agree with that.
No, the thing about it, but see, what they have to realize is that OC doesn't recruit. They recruit. They kind of pick the quarterbacks a little bit, the guys they like, and they get them on campus. But you ever heard about Bill O'Brien in somebody's house?
Quarterbacks, maybe. That's about it.
I don't even remember if he did that. I think he may have gone.
I mean, you know, way back
when Bryce or something. Yeah. I think it was Bryce. He went on a trip with Saban, I think, once. That's about the only time I ever heard of him going out on a recruiting trip.
Yeah.
Freddie Kitchens
signed area, really.
I can't get behind. I can't get behind Freddie Kitchens either. I mean,
did you see Cleveland Browns? The Cleveland.
Well, that
the Cleveland Browns things.
He could not call the offense worth nothing. I'm like Baker Mayfield, and it just shows you how bad he was.
The Cleveland
not that great, and he used to talk bad about Freddie Kitchens. That just shows you how bad Freddie Kitchens is calling plays. Like,
the Cleveland Browns things. That's what they were when he was.
Freddie Kitchens by name, as far as Alabama goes, yeah, he's a part of our history. He is Bama sci-fi, and that's great from a recruiting standpoint. But in terms of X's and O's, like you just brilliantly pointed out, he's not that guy.
He's going to be a position coach. Yeah.
Analyst.
Coach tight ends. Hey, I'm gonna throw a name out there. And I don't want everybody to get mad.
Mad? If you like to stir up things, you're the king of controversy.
If he was to get promoted, Joe Cox.
Yeah. That actually, I'm taking him as like an assistant OC.
That's actually a name that's being thrown out right now. That Satan has a lot of confidence in him.
Don't get mad if Joe Cox gets.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Joe Cox, but I would want him to. If we bring in like a Levy, I would want Cox to kind of be like his assistant. You know, that way he can get familiar. So if Levy goes in year 2, we already have Joe Cox to be our OC.
One more name. What if we throw some money at Colin Klein, K-State?
I actually like that idea. He is very
nice. How he used
innovative
in those receivers, because
and that's the thing is he didn't have burners. He didn't have burners at wide receivers. He didn't have the guy that was going to beat you over the top. But he coached to their ability. He was so creative, man. He found ways to get them the ball.
I like Colin Klein. He was eating folks up all year. And Kurt Warner's son, he probably run a 5.240, but he was.
I heard some other.
He was slow, but he was getting open.
I got some other names too that came through one of my texts. People saying, who is this? Warren Ruggiero, Wake Forest's offensive coordinator, QB coach.
Oh, man, we're gonna be doing this right here, and that'd be good for Miro. The type of system he ran with Hartman.
Yeah, Sam Hartman. He's going to Notre Dame though.
Miro will be 1,000-yard rusher in that offense.
I'm hearing
every offense coordinator look good in the ACC.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, except for Clemson.
Except for Georgia Tech and Clemson.
Good point here by Brittany B. Stetson Bennett is old enough to be an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he can come over.
Hey, he's gonna be a doggone good. He's gonna be a doggone good college coach. He's gonna be a doggone good college coach. He's gonna be a doggone good recruiter. Okay. I give it 4 years from now. Stetson Bennett, he's gonna be probably about 28, 29, and he's gonna be one of the youngest coordinators in college football.
30, 35.
I heard he's Georgia's next coach in waiting.
Hey, you just won UGA 2 back-to-back national championships. You might just be, coaching waiting. He's beloved now.
Oh, that means our time is up on this.
Time is up.
On this topic right now. We will revisit it at a later time, but I want to briefly touch on one topic that's got people in an uproar, which is pretty crazy if you're jumping on Twitter. Right now, both fan bases are fighting over who should claim Jalen Hurts, Oklahoma or Alabama. And this is a real thing, guys. It's just amazing just seeing them going back and forth. It's like two kids. This is my toy. No, this is my toy. But let's go ahead and sell this debate as quick as possible.
And that's where did he graduate from?
I'm about to tell you.
Alabama.
There you go.
Where did he win the SEC championship and a national championship?
There you go.
Alabama.
Where was he the SEC player of the year?
Alabama.
When did he sign on that dotted line to play for when he came out of high school?
Alabama.
When he was with the Philadelphia Eagles, what college did he wear?
Alabama.
You asking right now. What fraternity does he belong to? B Psi-Phi.
B Psi-Phi.
Alabama. Listen,
it's so funny to your point, Justin. The Oklahoma and Alabama fans, Oklahoma, they looking for a win because they don't have anybody in the NFL to really, grab onto outside of CeeDee Lamb and Kyler Murray.
No.
But
that's not our problem.
That's their problem. But like, for me, the funny thing about this whole not Alabama-Oklahoma debate, it's the Auburn fans. I'm like, what are y'all doing in this debate? Y'all have nothing to do but to talk about Alabama. Like, y'all have no dog in this.
They're not relevant, sir.
Y'all doing more commentating on us. And it's like other fan bases. Like, it's so funny. Like,
we need to be arguing over who can claim Cam.
It's like,
all right.
I'm like,
I got to the point to where I just I just started feeling sorry for my Auburn friends, so I kind of left them alone. So now I go back and forth with Georgia fans. I don't even Auburn say something. I say, look, I said you can't even make it to Birmingham.
Georgia fans
don't talk to me about nothing.
I love Georgia, but they get so up in arms. I'm sorry, Justin, you about to say something?
Well, I was going to say something that this just let Jalen's answer be the answer. He has claimed both schools. He accomplished greatness at Alabama, of course. He should have a statue for the things he did, especially the SEC championship, come from behind win, one of the best games I've ever seen. And then he also had value at Oklahoma. He was able to grow as a passer, and it is translated well over to the NFL. So he claims both schools. So why can't both schools claim him?
You know what's going to happen.
One regret I have about Jalen is, he wasn't named a permanent captain. That's something I thought he should have done for him.
This is my other regret about Jalen. The year Tua got hurt in the SEC championship, we should have just ran with Jalen versus Oklahoma and Clemson. That was my regret.
Especially that Clemson game when Tua was struggling early.
Tua was struggling. We couldn't run.
Right.
But then again, they said it was going around that Venables was stealing signals. I'm sorry.
Time's up.
This is the final whistle. Sorry.
Yeah, bro. Hey, you should have had it prepared. Oh, God.
Listen, this is my last point on Jalen.
No, it's done.
See it now. Jalen, they win the Super Bowl. He gonna be around.
He didn't take instruction very well.
Oh, he can't hear the PTI mute.
He can't handle it.
PTI around the horn mute.
The man gets one game-winning touchdown. He thinks he can just big boy all of us. You know what? That might work for you when you go
around the horn mute.
That might work for you.
The ducks on points.
He thought the bell were points.
Come on, Woody.
That might work for you, Matt, if you're trying to get a burger from Milo's, but not on this show, sir. You are in penalty box. Hey, we love you, sir.
I'm sorry, my bad. I'm sorry.
Around the horn.
All right, next topic. Listen, the transfer portal is being good to us, right? Trezmen Marshall, he barely collected his ring. He hit the transfer portal before he had time to debate on what he was going to do. He's enrolled. Yeah, I think he got here in time to already be in the yearbook. He's ready to go.
Georgia looked up. Hey, Georgia looked up doing workouts. They were like, Marshall. he was enrolled at Bama.
He was in T-Town.
He was already in T-Town. Marshall. Anybody seen Trez? Trez is already in Tuscaloosa workout, going through straight line.
And this is a guy that Coach Saban is very familiar with. He absolutely, he did recruit him initially, and if he goes to the transfer portal, he's going to look for a guy that he knows. Well, he knows Trezmen. He knows what he can bring to the table. 4-star inside linebacker, a guy that was top 10 at his position and in his recruiting class. Absolute stud thumper. The unfortunate thing for Trezmen was every time he started to get going, he got hurt. And in that loaded inside linebacker room at Georgia, it put him way behind the 8 ball. So anytime he started gaining ground, he just couldn't overcome it. He was finally healthy this year and played the most he's ever played, but it wasn't quite enough. But now he comes to Alabama with a new lease on life. And we need a guy who's going to be physical inside linebacker. Guys,
very similar to
buy or sell. Buy or sell. Is Trezmen Marshall coming to Alabama a good thing?
I think so. We lost Demoy Kennedy to the portal. So I think we got a serviceable guy to kind of fill that void, special teamer. You know, he can come fill in some roles. So I think it helps with depth.
Yeah,
definitely. I'm buying as well. Depth purposes. He's coming in to compete for a starting position. You know, competition always, you know, breeds success. So, you know, we're gonna see how it goes. But I'm buying it definitely.
Yeah. Saban's not gonna get nobody out of the portal just to come sit the bench, just to add. You got to understand, we're extremely young at linebacker. After Lawson, we have zero experience behind Lawson, so it's good to have somebody on campus that that's been through those SEC wars, those SEC battles, that can kind of show the younger guys how to do it. Because you just got to understand, back in 2019, we had to play 2 true freshmen linebackers, and they had to learn on the job. So Saban, I don't think he wants to do that again. So he's a guy that can bridge that until Campbell or Murphy or Blackshaw.
That's why he took a JUCO as well.
Yep. The Reuben Foster Jr. That's what I call him. Justin Jefferson. But
high praise.
Yeah, he's that good.
I like it from the standpoint that he'll understand the culture because it's virtually the same thing at Georgia. So he understands what it's going to take to play for an Alabama. The schematics are roughly the same. So he's not going to have a learning curve where he doesn't know what's expected of him and gets lost. So I like that aspect of him.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's move it on to Bama hoops.
Man.
No, man, Bama hoops.
You should have started a trial with them guys, man.
I'll be back, fellas.
Well, if Chris is out, we're going to go to a commercial break. That was our sponsor, Workspace Solutions.
Workspace.
Matt.
Yeah. Bama hoops, man. I don't know.
Where is Chris?
Dan, where did your brother go?
I can't keep up with them guys. I don't know. I try to keep them focused. You know, for a minute I thought he was asleep.
Hold on, there's some rumbling in the back. Hold on a second.
What's that, fella?
Elroy James.
My name I'm Elroy because I hand out them L's, and right now we try to stay L free. Cause you know Kansas, Houston.
You went to go
Gonzaga
visit and Houston.
Man, we trying to stay L free right here, baby. You know, we trying to stay L free in Tuscaloosa, man. We ain't trying to catch no L's. We not trying to catch no L's, man. You know what I'm saying, man?
Elroy, I like how you're well protected, but also you're not compromising a good black and mild.
Brother, a good black and mild is one of America's best delicacies. You see how straight it is? You don't move.
That's impressive. But hey,
I'm going to go up to the mass company and sell this and see if they can get the people to kind of patent this right here.
Yeah, go ahead and get you that patent, man. I mean, this is a money maker, gold mine.
You know what I'm saying? This way you still protect from the Rona, but you can also get your black in too.
And you gonna get what? Not only do you have it for Black and Miles, but you got it for Newports, right? Too. You got
Newports. It don't matter.
Newports.
No, I can't promise you cigars because they're too wide, so you might catch the Corona.
It's in development, right? It's in the works.
Yeah, but okay. Cigarettes, cigars, all that. The thing about I never light them. I never light them. I just everyone just chew on the tip.
I got you, man. Well, listen, Elroy, we appreciate you for causing a path of destruction for Kansas. Now we are in the driver's seat, so to speak, for a possible Title I. But the most impressive thing right now about Alabama is we've been able to overcome the challenges on the road.
Yes.
And that being Arkansas, that being Vanderbilt, and now Missouri. Those to the casual fan who doesn't pay attention can look at the records and see, okay, why in the world are you worried about this? But for whatever reason, there's some kind of curse, if you want to call it that. when we go on the road to play those three teams. And this year we're 3-0 at places we typically have the most problems.
We've been keeping Elroy away from the SEC road games. So thanks to the vaccine we have in Nate Oats and Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
Because Elroy, we'll hand out them L's for you. Better watch yourself.
I love the character of this team, man. You know, it's the team, they'll go on a run, they'll try to intimidate us, but man, our resiliency with this young team, it's actually a young team,
But they play so much more mature and unselfish.
Yes. Yeah. We cut down the turnovers.
That's the big thing. Finishing games strong. We have a tendency to allow teams to make it interesting towards the later parts. Like Vandy got it down to, I believe, 8 at one point. You play against a team that has a better pedigree, that could spell disaster, especially come tournament time. So that's something we definitely got to clean up. But still,
it also allows the coaching point though. So
yeah, that's what Nate Oates loves. He loves to have that coaching point. But 21-point victory on the road,
impressive.
Great show by these guys. Like you said, maturity is what's been absent up until this year. We've been lacking that. These are guys who I feel it seems like they're on loan to us from the NBA. They already get it. They know what it takes to be successful. They're playing as a team, one unit, one heartbeat. It's not just one guy, Miller, doing it all. It's everybody coming to the park to play.
Yeah, I agree. You look at Sears, you look at Clowney. I thought Clowney was kind of snubbed. I thought Clowney could have got the freshman of the week, SEC freshman of the week.
Yes.
But they gave it to Julian Phillips, which I thought they should have gave it to Clowney. But
he had a nice game as well.
But Alabama's rolling. The Coach Oates got a good thing going. Namari Burnett's about to start getting into the role. So, I think this team is thinking about March. I don't think they've got their eyes set on, the Final Four, March, 1 seed, winning the SEC tournament in March. So,
yeah, Clowney is the unsung hero, man. 17-14, that's big, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was timely. I remember games like this, we'll go in and lose on Saturdays. But the biggest thing about this team right here and past team is, other than constant hustle competition, we've had great defenses, but the biggest thing I noticed, knock on wood, is that we don't have those scoring loves, like to where we would go 5 minutes without a bucket, 6 minutes without a bucket.
That's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge.
We have bucket getters,
We get buckets, man. Like, give it to Brandon Miller, give it to Clowney, somebody. If we don't take bad shots. Like, we don't have guys that just jack up bad. That brings back a sour taste. Some of those guys we had in the past that just throw stuff up or oh man. But here they find the open man. This is what makes it so tough. They find the open man. They move the ball around. Open shot, high percentage shot, and basically with Brandon Miller, he gets a wide open three. That's a layup.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. So we don't have those scoring droughts, and I think that's the reason. I think that's going to be the biggest reason why we cut down the nets in April, because you look, for example, you see North Carolina, they can get hot, then they can get cold.
Yeah. They don't have the shooters that we have.
Yeah, Duke can get hot, then Duke can get cold. Teams can get hot, then they can get cold. Like, we made Houston cold the second half, and it's like Bama really doesn't get cold.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be too many possessions where they don't get anything out of it. And that's the and when teams make a run, we used to tuck our tail and run, kind of the crowd to get into it, and
let them
be at Mississippi State or we'll be at Arkansas.
Yeah, if they get punched in the mouth,
there you go.
It's like now we're bleeding
from the mouth.
Yeah, we cower down and we back away like a hurt animal.
Come on.
But they're fundamentally.
Football team had that mentality this year.
Yeah,
basketball team has. It seems like they switch personalities.
Yeah,
football team and basketball team.
Yep.
what I see first and foremost, fundamentally sound basketball. Second thing I'm saying is balance. We haven't had balance really until this year. Not only can we play great defense, but we can do it on the offensive end. I love the fact that on the defensive side of the ball, we are suffocating. We impose our will. We break their will. It's like we take away all hope from them. And that's without even playing 1 minute before we step on the court. That standard is set. The other team is already afraid. And guys who normally do their thing, they're reduced to they look like JV kids out there.
And another thing, we have so many guys that play above the rim. We have so many guys that are athletes that can jump, that can rebound.
They're scared.
Like back we had Jaden Shackelford. He wasn't gonna get 2 feet off the ground. He couldn't jump over a sheet of paper. So guys, like I'm serious, man. So we got our guards are rebounding now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a total team effort rebounding. Everybody can really. We have a very athletic. I think that's our biggest trait. Our most underrated trait is because Brandon Miller doesn't get as much credit as he should on his athleticism. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Clowney on his athleticism, Sears on his athleticism, Burnett on his. Those guys are athletic, man. They can jump. They can. You know what I'm saying? They have bounce to them. And I think that's one of the most underrated traits. So when you're contesting a shot, even if you're running out with that length, or if you have to make them shoot over you, that changes the whole trajectory of things. So it's like teams really kind of like have to. I don't know, the score, man. It's hard for teams to score. We go down on offense.
We make them have to make an extra pass.
Yeah. It looks so easy on offense. We're on offense, but then we go on defense. The team is like. Shot clock's running down. They just have to get a shot up.
Yeah.
You force them to make the extra pass, and things tend to go well. Yeah.
We take away their primary option, and that's what Nate Oats does so well. He takes away your primary option, and he forces you to beat him in other ways. He's not gonna let that one guy just kill you anymore. I think the last time that happened was Timmy, and ever since then, you saw it turn a different leaf on defense.
I agree.
Yeah, these guys aren't afraid to mix it up.
We took that personal. 100 points Gonzaga put on us. They took that personal, and teams struggled to get in the 60s.
Probably gonna see them again, maybe in the Elite Eight or something like that.
Because they're gonna lose to somebody like Kent State. Somebody they're not supposed to lose to. Somebody gonna clip them in the NCAA tournament. Kent State, College of Charleston. Somebody they're not supposed to.
I'm telling you, man. I'm to the point where bring whoever on. I don't even care anymore. You know what I'm saying? Bring them all on. I don't care. You know?
Bring them. I want UConn to be
1 seed or number 16 seed. Man, this team is ready. We have that persona, man. I'm excited about this team. Bring them all
on. And hey, we go right back at it tomorrow night against Mississippi State, and then we go to play Oklahoma in the Big 12 SEC Challenge.
Do you see the score? Oklahoma's getting boat race right now.
We call that the battle for Jalen. Whoever win that game gets Jalen's bragging rights.
But yeah, basketball doing big things right now. 17-2, 7-0 in the SEC. The first time since I believe it was 76 or 77. Listen, guys, we got a serious team, a serious contender on our hands right here, and I don't think we've seen this kind of excitement maybe since early 90s with Robert Ory, Latrell Sprewell, James Hollywood Robinson.
Right.
And
since the web days.
This is uncharted territory for us, and we may just become a basketball school as well.
Baseball team number 20 now. I'm throwing it out there too.
Hey, baseball's gonna be better this year. They're getting better.
They
give Bohannon a hard time, but he goes out and gets some guys, man. College
We're
baseball
a championship school.
It's just tricky, man. College baseball.
Baseball, you just need to have scholarships. All the schools that got state lottery, government funded scholarships tend to be your best baseball schools. Mississippi, Georgia, LSU.
But now NIL has kind of changed that.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
ends that topic. But listen, we got plenty more to talk about as the weeks come on. It's the off season. We're going to keep you entertained. But listen, our time is almost up. But before we head out, we're going to move into our closing segment. I'm going to let you guys go around the room, tell everybody what y'all have going on, how they can find you on social media. Matt, definitely pop your show on the CTS. And I'll go ahead and start with you.
We got a new podcast, OFF OnlyFans podcast will be coming out. Now I'm just playing.
I was thinking, I was like, I heard that before.
Hey, wait a minute, I don't know how this is going.
No OnlyFans either.
Hey, I'm gonna click on say, oh, Matt's online. Click on. Matt's giving this show. Like, I clicked on the wrong thing. Let me turn it off.
You know I got the OnlyFans.
My bad, Matt.
No, Football University. We got some stuff coming. Chris will be on there shortly. Unofficial GMs. We'll be talking draft, getting into it, breaking down these mock drafts and some of the foolishness I have seen already for some mock drafts. I'm like, oh my God.
Anthony Richardson, number 1.
I'm like, what's going on?
Listen.
And then
this Anthony Richardson and Will Levis stuff needs to stop.
Stop it, man.
Stop. Please.
They're going to be in the XFL in 3 years. Watch.
The Birmingham Dragons.
Oh, my gosh.
The Montgomery Toros.
But, yeah, tune in next week. Final Whistle. We'll be glad to have you back on the Final Whistle.
Hey, how did Chris and I sweet spots, man? You know?
You said what, Dan?
How did Chris and I sweet spots?
I'm more handsome than you. I'm a handsome brother.
Next week, guys, we're going to have a guest. Next week, challenge y'all to go get a guest. Is it defensive or offensive guy?
Let's do Brendan Lewis. I think that'd be a good guest.
Be Lou.
Let me get B on the phone.
I'll reach out to Nick.
Hey.
Do it.
Hey, man, we'll break the internet, man. Nick Saban pops up
Nick
on this
Saban,
thing, man.
come on here.
Like, Coach, I just need 2 minutes of your time, Coach. Just 2 minutes.
That's when you pull out the black.
Dan James.
I'm gonna get Shannon Sharp on there and ask him what happened in LA the other night. With Shannon, between him and
broke the internet. I saw that.
And T. Morant.
Dan James, the floor is yours, sir. How can they find you on social media? What you got going on?
Yeah, about an hour ago, I created a Twitter handle, so y'all can reach me at Final Whistle Dan. I don't have any followers, so I want to see. I'm giving out a prize for my first follow.
Nice.
I don't know what the prize is yet, but I'll see.
Dan first follow gonna be Bill O'Brien.
The prize is 50% off the subscription to Matt's OnlyFans.
There you go.
Podcast.
Man, you gotta give him that sideways look.
Yeah.
OnlyFans Matt. That's your Twitter handle. OnlyFans Matt.
Got the rolls in your mouth.
Have roses.
Man, y'all so funny, man.
He just put a rose in his mouth, Justin.
Like Charles Woodson when he beat Ohio State in that
to go to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, when he D'd up David Boston.
Chris James,
that's funny,
it's
man.
your turn, sir.
Yeah, hey, man,
how can people find you? What you got going on? What's your MySpace? All that good stuff.
Man, you can find me on Black
Planet. Still
Black Panther, Thunder Daddy. 84.
Yeah.
OnlyFans, War Daddy 229.
War Daddy Chocolate.
I don't even know how to log into my account. You know?
Oh Lord, Dan already had to go and send the email.
You gotta write down the password, man.
Hey,
I gotta write down the password, Dan.
Other word processor, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Dan still type with that one finger. He got to find the letters on the keyboard when he types.
Oh my gosh.
He sent the email. He has to find the letter on the keyboard. Dan types with one finger.
I got it. There we go.
Oh man.
H-E. But yeah, man, you can find me on Facebook, Chris K. James Sr. On Twitter at Coach Chris James. On Instagram, CKJ Senior 32. And tell them about our Twitter page.
Hey, we're on Twitter, guys. Listen, I'm really upset with the people in our audience right now for not following us on Twitter. You know, we've been live, ready to go for 2 weeks right now. You can find us at the final spelled with a 1, whistle spelled with a 1. So I expect new followers on this Twitter.
I just need one. I still don't have. Somebody show me. I ought to have 3 right now.
Let me find.
I got your final whistle, Dan.
I got you. I'm about to look you up.
I am somebody.
Dan gonna be walking through the mall. Hey, final whistle, Dan.
Dan don't have a friend in Jesus on Twitter.
Followers 0. I'm sorry, final whistle, Dan. I'm coming to follow you, man.
Yeah. But listen, hey, tremendous show tonight, guys. A lot of fun. This is what we do, folks in the audience. I want y'all to continue to blow this show up, make it the best show out there. We have a lot going on this channel tomorrow night at 7 p.m. What in the world? Does Stampede just go through your house?
Yes. That was the artist formerly known as Chris Jr. and Eli.
Terror.
But yes, tomorrow night, the developmental focus points at a different time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, Bo Scarborough, Blake Sims, Christian Jones, Trent Richardson will be back. Show up for that. They're going to be talking about some things that they overcame in college that Alabama fans don't know. This is a show that goes beyond the lights and digs a little bit deeper. Yeah, they talk a little bit about Bama, just enough to keep the fans excited, but it's more depth. So definitely check into that. And then on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Central, the Bama Standard postgame show with me and Coach Smook. And then, of course, next week we'll be right back, same time, doing our thing and still celebrating Bama basketball, rising to the top. Hey, great show, guys. Oh, next week I'm sure we'll have some defensive coordinator news, right? I did promise that.
You did. Might come sooner than later.
It might come sooner rather than later. But before you exit, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching the replay, let us know what you think. But for the final whistle, that'll do it. Roll Tide, guys.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Have a great week.
Yes, sir.